WTOK values its business partnerships with local advertisers. From the beginning, the television station connected businesses with our viewers. We want our advertisers to be successful entrepreneurs. Their success is our success, and together we help this region grow. Now, making those commercials, getting that message on the air has changed over the years.
The Hondas are in at Buck Glen Honda. It's at Etheridge Brothers, Lincoln Mercury, 4900 8th Street, the worst location in the world.
Friends, I'm Bill Reed.
Commercials have one job: connect customers with a product. In the beginning days of WTOK, those commercials were live and in the studio.
Hi there. I'm your IGA chef, Eddie Houston.
I started in November 1958, and I guess I was art director at that time. I came on with that title. Of course, there was no videotape in those days, so we used simply used slides, 35 millimeter transparencies, and I did the artwork, and my friend Skeeter Gordon next door processed the film.
The salespeople at Bill Etheridge Lincoln Mercury met today, and we've made a bigger than ever commitment to blow away the competition with low prices.
One of the really cool things that WTOK acquired back in the old days when they renovated the building from the YMCA was this ramp. They had to build this ramp to be able to get cars, animals, and sometimes heavy equipment up from the first floor to the second floor to the studio, where we could do commercials, news events could happen. There's no telling what all has gone up and down this ramp, even as recent as when we have remodeled our studio at the end of last year. We used this ramp to bring the demolition materials down and the new studio set materials back up the ramp to our second floor studio.
Well done, soldiers. You too will find the best food prices every day at your local IGA.
The most fun thing I had to do, Brady Rushing will love this, was to go to the IGA store and pick up the food for the commercials.
Folks, I wanted you to meet my dog Spot. I know we're crazy. I've got the only dog in town that eats hay.
Don't miss Peavy's back-to-school half-price piano sale, Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday.
I remember a car dealership had brought a vehicle up to the station, parked it up here, and it was a Mazda RX-7. I can still see it today. It was orange-red in color. Mike Sides was the general manager of the car dealership, and it was, in comparison, it was like a 57 Chevy. Remember it to this day.
The tools that we are able to use today are so much better. The cameras are better. Again, technology has evolved. It's made things easier. But the base core skills of what we do are very similar to what we've done for the last 20 to 30 years. You know, over time you build relationships with clients who you've worked with over a large span of time. And you see their businesses evolve as you've worked on various commercials over the years. And you know, it's somewhat satisfying to know that you've helped in a lot of ways to further that business and keep them afloat and help them transition into the future.
At New South Ford Datsun, we're getting serious.
And it's very nice to know you've been a part of that to represent their brand, because in many ways that's what we do, is we become the ambassador for that business, and they put an enormous amount of trust in us to be able to represent them.
Now get out there and dance! Yeah! No more locker room pep talk.
The COVID-19 global pandemic stopped Americans and the world in its tracks. In March of 2020, people quarantined. Many employees lost their jobs or tried to work from home. Some businesses closed their doors or drastically reduced their hours, but not WTOK-TV. We stayed on the air and quickly pivoted to do what was needed to stay on the air in order to keep you informed and safe. We also knew we needed to keep our employees safe. The staff found creative and quick solutions that allowed us to work from home. We managed to produce newscasts and gather news stories safely. We knew we had to be the center of reliable information, but there were challenges.
Because it started out like one big press conference here and a press conference there, and we were trying to cover it all, but we were also trying to protect our people. And I'll never forget where the first actual run-in with the disease for us was at a press conference where we had an employee, 3 employees actually, who were, without knowing it, possibly exposed to it at that press conference. And we had to first protect those people. We had to pull them out of commission, which was hard for us because when you lose 3 key people that aren't able to work and you have to send them home, though they weren't sick, it kind of had to make us all step back and say, okay, we got to do something different here. And so it was this station that really urged the various organizations in the community to take a more non-traditional press conference type way of distributing information, because we couldn't just send people to these things. And they didn't need to send people to them. And all of a sudden we had all those people at that thing that were exposed.
COVID-19 forced us to cross-train a lot of staff. We are able to work remotely more efficiently, and we're better at using our live capabilities. We also continue to take care of our staff and try to prevent the spread of any illness in our building with better hygiene and cleaning protocols.
COVID was rough. It was hard on the staff, so many unknowns, but we knew one thing. We had to get news on the air. We had to be on the air. We had to provide the information that it was going to take to keep people safe. We had to do it.
The unsung heroes of the TV business are the men and women who make all the technologies work. They are on call 24/7. They answer the phone at all hours of the day and night. And next on Legacy of Local TV Tech and what you can expect in the future.
I loved all of my time spent in Meridian, especially getting the opportunity to cover things like the opening of the Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Center.
So cheers to 70 years WTOK, and here's to 70 more.